Welcome back, everybody. I've got a couple of cases to open for subscriber Jalen. Missed these during the stream last week because I actually didn't have the stock. No one had placed orders that day, so I decided not to get any extra Everfest or Aria, but Jalen took advantage. So these are available on flukeandbox.shop. The pricing is 90 Australian dollars, which is a lot lower than retail. I took advantage of a Black Friday sale locally. So I'm going to, sorry, I forgot my bin as I do sometimes. I'm gonna open this case of Everfest. A case of Tales of Aria First Edition for both of these, obviously. Well, obviously for Everfest. I don't know if I have a topic to chat about, but honestly, I haven't opened much Everfest lately, so this will be a bit of a throwback. Anyway, I'm trying to think of what the best chase cards are in this set these days. I'd imagine Pulverize Extended Edition is pretty darn good. Wildfire, is it Wildfire? Yeah, Wildfire would be pretty good. Extended art I'm talking about. Anyway, I actually can't remember every single card in the set, so I thought that was a skull cap for a second. Either way, if you're here, please subscribe. I've put the stream overlay thing that I use. We're creeping up to 3,000 subs. A lot of big plans for the channel. Ooh, bingo. I thought this was a Command and Conquer power level card. It didn't turn out to be quite that, did it? It did get some play early on in our locals, but I don't think it's that played. Maybe it'll end up being more played. I do feel like Everfest is so they had a couple of issues this set. Obviously, Starvo got ejected from the game pretty quickly, so unfortunately, current Cold Foil Talisman of Warfare. So the current EV, I believe, of the product having the Marvel Starvo not playable is probably a bad thing, but Living Legend format one day will probably change that. I think a lot of people will still want to play Starvo. Still a lot of very good commons and rares in this set, but that never holds a lot of the value. Very high power level cards in this set, but I think the theme and a lot of the cards, the way they play, foil Signal Jam is pretty good. I have a feeling it's we won't see the true value of the set for a while, meaning UPF, if that grows, if Merchant grows, that might bring a lot more value back to the boxes or make them more worthwhile to people. But, it also, it's not a bad thing sometimes when boxes are cheap because they'll just get cracked for singles. And I do believe Everfest still has quite a lot of expensive Majestics, $10 to $20 plus. Which, the boxes are cheap, then some single stores might be more likely to open them and sell the signals. But sell the singles, not signals. I looked at Signal Jammer and heard myself say that wrong. But anyway, it's an odd set. It's the last supplementary set before Dynasty, so it's called a revisit. First paper pack set, which is obviously kind of cool. But hey, good luck, Jalen. Fit 1-4 Majestic. I think you usually see 8 to 10 Majestics in Everfest from memory. I'm actually also excited to open Aria. There we go, there's a Wildfire. Aria, I think the EV is kind of nutty. I think that set's just a bit overprinted. I don't believe it was drafted as much as maybe like Uprising was. So there's still a ton of Tales of Aria first edition. Ooh, there we go. Full art rare. But yeah, that set has a whole bunch of cards because Iceland is very playable. You know, Alt Art, Channel Lake, Frigids are expensive as all hell. All the legendaries are very playable. Alright, one foil majestic, one extended art rare. That's not bad. Box 2. I remember people opening the back looking for that Bravo Star of the Show. I guess Uprising kind of did that better. And now Dynasty is a little bit the same. There's just that one Marvel hero card. If you see a glint from the back. Oh, okay, we're getting all the pick a card, any cards in extended art. I believe these are roughly $1 a box. And for a while they were quite expensive. I don't know what they look like now, meaning the extended art rares. Obviously, pick a card, any card's not a super played one, but there's a few that are much more sought after, I believe. And there's our Bravo hero card. I believe Everfest was someone opened 1,000 boxes, 250 cases. I believe they might have opened it for Saint from Fabled Hunters as like a agreement thing. I don't know if they ever went back because they did like a cool spreadsheet breakdown. You got a lot of info from that. I haven't seen if they man, it's such a shame. They did Shadow and then they did Merciless Battle Axe, and both are terrible. Warriors just, you know. This though, this might be this is a very solid card, I think. Cash out, not just for Merchant. I think it'll see play. All right, ready to roll. 4 Majestics twice in a row. So what are the hits for this set? I think Skullcap is always good, obviously, but it's like value's been killed a little bit because of Crown of Providence. Crown obviously can cycle out your arsenal, so it makes a Commander Conquer a little bit useless. It's also a guaranteed block too, and I feel like that's taken over where Skullcap was the must-have generic. Like everyone sort of owned one. I believe everyone now just owns a Crown of Providence. They probably still have a Skullcap lying around, but the pricing I've seen for Skullcaps is much lower. I think Skullcap is better. I don't like the Crown of Providence. Sometimes feels like foil spectral's cool. Feels like you want to cycle, but you're forced, like someone does a Commander Conquer, so you're forced to cycle something very good in your arsenal. Or the other way around is you what was I saying? Basically, the ability on it is it does some cool things, but you never get to do them when you want to do them, you know, because you're blocking and it's not always your choice. I think when people first saw that card, they thought, "Oh, look, I block whenever I want," and it's like a sink below type card. But I don't think that's what it's useful for. But anyway, Skullcap. Stalagmite, I think, is pretty good, but only one hero uses it, so that's always going to limit the value. Pulverize, I think, is one of the better Majestics in this set, price-wise. Silver Palms. You don't want to hit that. I mean, I do. I love the look of it, but guys, remember, this is the last set before Fab 2.0 also, so there's no rainbow foils of these legendaries. We're actually, I think Silver Palms will, again, have its moment in the sun eventually. So how we doing? We're going 2 boxes, 2 cold foils. We got 2 foil majestics in that box. Is that right? Yeah. Again, supplementary or expansion set. The collation is a little more random. Well, it feels more random. So a little bit like Dynasty if you're playing or opening Dynasty currently, which is when this is being filmed. You know, you can go a whole case with no legendary and you can get cases with 4. It's not as finely tuned as a draft set. And I wonder if that's on purpose. I wonder if that's part of the design. I wonder if they tell the printer, look, with this one, go wild with the randomness. While draft has to be, you know, much more tight because the draft experience has to work. Speaking of draft, next set is draft. We don't know when. I'm imagining February, which means sometime in January we'll start seeing some stuff and hearing about it. Knowing that this whole Volcor lore thing is done. New place, new classes, new heroes. People want metrics. That could be cool. The pits could be cool. We'll see. Excited though. Draft set also means 3 to 4 new heroes, so that's a lot for the game. And by then, I don't think anything would have Living Legends, so it's really just going to expand the format we're playing already. Ooh, oh, that could have been much better, you know. Aether Wildfire in foil. The extended art, I think, is still one of the more expensive cards in the set. And I haven't opened Everfest in a long time. Amulet of Heaven Call. Like this one's just not that good, you know. Doesn't go again though. It's always a plus. Just remembering some of these cards. Man, like all these blue illusionist auras really changed the game, didn't they? Prism went from being good to being absolutely unstoppable. Well, also Starbo was saying. So look at that. Random, right? 2 cold foil amulets in 1 box. Kind of hope we hit a Starvo, and actually the very last 2 cases I opened on this channel, we hit Starvos in both, which is kind of crazy. And let's not forget the Fable in this. I don't think it's as good as people were hoping. I think it's very good in Valda. I'm pretty sure, like, Bravo runs it. But I don't think it's very good. Like, because it doesn't block. I think, like, Oldham... It's not Earth, it's not Ice, and it doesn't block. I think Oldham doesn't take the risk of running it. Alright, last 2 packs of the 3rd box. Cash out. This is a good foil rare. I think they still have some value. Although without Prism, that might... they might be low till next year, I guess, when the new Light Illusionist comes out. That'd be actually cool if that's the first set we get for the year, is instead of like brand new heroes, it's just a Shadow Light set, which is what people have been like really holding out for. Let me get rid of some of this. Alright. Jalen, you haven't done terribly, but definitely not doing that well. Hopefully this box has something spicy. Pick a full art foil. Oh, okay, see, that could have been very good as well. We've hit both the good Majestics in foil, but not the full art treatment. I'm not really, oh, it's wrong. Not really timing myself here, but I feel like I'm smashing this case. It's very easy, this set, to skip to the good stuff. It's really just the last 3 cards. Yep, foil. And then the 2 rare slash... Actually, am I doing that right? Does it go like that? I'm trying to remember which one was the carnival slot. Is it one of the rare slots? Or am I skipping a rare? Or have I been skipping a rare this whole time? I don't think I have, no. So it's, yeah, just foil and the rare slot, which is also cold foil and carnival slot. That must be it, right? How do I remember? I guess that's just Uprising and Dynasty have the extra, what feels like an extra slot. Genus. This set, this is for a subset. This had a lot of go Crown of Reflection's not bad. Again, outside of the meta, like with no prism, not the best. Although that is the car, that is the helmet you use on Dromite. Well, I do anyway for AB. Foil silver. I wonder if these have gone up in value with Arachne existing now. I played this in Kasai. Not everyone agrees with me, but I rate High Striker pretty highly. I think it makes it more bursty. Your chance of like a turn 2 or 3 combo becomes possible, while without it, it's unlikely. Alright, I wonder if we can get anything in the last 3 packs. Come on, Fable. Alright, cold foil. The art on this is sick. Hopefully the camera shows. Look at that. The art on it is so cool. See? It's just weird, right? Hitting, what, 6 cold foils in 4 boxes? Just because. Unfortunately, not super valuable ones, I don't think. I should maybe, I haven't done like an EV video. Remember my first videos would have like the full values on the screen with the boxes I go? I should do that again a couple of times, like just for fun. Maybe I should do that once in a while for like the new set when the pricing settles. Like maybe do a Dynasty one. Actually, maybe do an Uprising one as well. Jalen, that's your case. Get stuck into the Aria case. I know the playmat doesn't match what we're opening, but I like this playmat, you know. Just realizing that my camera does shift a little bit while I'm recording. I didn't realize that before, but I sort of centered it and it's changed. Could be a little bit of desk shaking. But anyway, Tales of Aria, first edition. This set has some exciting stuff to hit. Again, the legendaries are playable. The Fable is not as playable. But it's more the staple Majestics in this, I think, are quite good. Especially Channel Lake. I think maybe that's where most of the value in the box is now. Is you get a few channel legs, few foils, maybe an extended art, and you're laughing. Okay, rares, foil, and then I think that's where the cold foil sits, is in that equipment slot. Jalen, good luck. This is your second case. I did that completely wrong, didn't I? My hands are not used to the... Yep, we did. We missed some stuff. All right. Rare, majestic, foil. Okay. I'll get the hang of it. I'll get back to it. Also, this is like has a bunch of Icelander tech, right? Like all the frost fangs and stuff that Icelander's been running. Winter's Whale Cold Foil, I think, is a big hit for the set, like value-wise. See, look, Channel Lake foil, like 3 packs in. It's nice to see. Hopefully we'll make up the value of that Everfest case. That was atrocious. That's a good hit, though. For all the Icelander mains. Emboldened foil. Obviously, a lot of Oldham staples and cards. Rampart, very important if you play Oldham. Channel Lake is also Oldham. Look at that, another emboldened. I'm trying to think of Briar cards. Oh yeah, like Channel Mount is still, I'm guessing, very valuable. Or has some value. Speaking of. Yeah, I should do some EV videos again. Like just do a box or two. Maybe steal the professor's idea of keep opening while you're in the positive EV. That could be fun. I'll figure it out. Doing those kind of videos is a lot of work. Like going back and editing and adding, and then you miss one card and the video is all wrong. I've had to redo a video. Like did all the editing, and then like the second or third pull I forgot or like clicked over, and then you know the whole video's off. There's probably a better way to do it than how I think. Watching the professor's videos, I think he pulls the card, gets the value, and does another card. Like he does it slow and then he speeds it up. I think that's how he does that video, which means he does all the cold foil shock charmers. So this is I don't think the instant ability on this is why you play it. I think it's the Spell Void 2 makes it best in slot into certain matchups. As Briar sometimes, definitely Lexi. That's my understanding. Ooh, Awakening foil. Is this banned in CC though? It might be. Well, it's nice to get Legendary Box 1. That leaves us hope for the rest of the case. Maybe there's more. Duskblade banned. You want the weapon to be a Winter's Whale or a Voltaire, I think. So Aria was the first set when I started playing, but I started playing Dory, so it was sort of irrelevant. And I had no idea how to draft, so I did not enjoy the Aria draft. I had no idea. It's a tricky thing to learn when you've got no experience drafting. Not Aria, just draft in general is tricky to learn the nuances, you know? There's no like good video guide on drafting for like complete noobs. So it took me a while. So this set I didn't enjoy the draft portion or the heroes. I sort of opened a bunch of it for the channel. If you go all the way back to my very first videos, they're all Tales of Aria. I bought like 25 cases. Heaps of fun. I did a video where I just kept opening till I hit a Caution. Well, Caution's like $1,000 when this set came out. What are they now? 100? Players Market. Ball Lightning's band. How pretty it is though, in foil. That's the rare. I think that's like the prettiest legendary that exists. I think it competes with Tunic. I love the art in it. Obviously, Tunic is more playable, more iconic, but it's just sick. I've got the full art version. So there's a playmat for Shock Charmers, but there's also the full art on the artist page. You can go have a look without the crop marks. You see her whole face. Absolutely beautiful art. Wonder if they'll ever make a character that is her. I don't think we know her name or anything. Just grasp. What are other good cards? Blizzard is a good card to hit. Haven't hit any yet. Alright. That's right. There's no code for amulets. They were given out at the pre-release for this, which was in Australia like the start of a second lockdown. So a chunk of the world got to go to pre-releases, but ours, especially in my state, didn't happen. They didn't fire. So we got them in the mail, which, you know, is great, but is not as good as going and playing a pre-release. I was looking forward to it because you obviously got your... They were mainly draft... I believe they were all draft pre-releases, so I was looking forward to drafting it or learning how to draft at launch, but I didn't get to do that. Bauble pack. We could also be seeing our next set have elements again. Exposed, which could be interesting. Crescendo. That's right. I remember this set always felt like there's a lot of cards, and I think maybe there is. I can't remember what the actual number of cards is, but I remember the bulk pile specifically, which is what I'm looking at now. Like you're 1.5 boxes in, and I already feel like I should be moving the bulk off the desk. Art, man, this set, like, I remember being... Monarch had amazing art. WTR and Arcane are more subtle. And then the colors in Aria is just... Whew. There we go. There's a Blizzard. Bolt and Shot. I'm trying to think of Lexi cards other than Voltaire. Oh, New Horizon is very good to hit, obviously. I'm trying to remember the Majestics that Lexi plays. Other than the... It's a Cold Foil Ragamuffins. This got to see a lot of play. I don't know if it's still the thing. Maybe Wizards do still play it, but I know it's a Wizard Kano shenanigans. What is it? If you have one card, activate only if you're on card. Yep, draw a card and put a card from your hand on the top. Yep. It's quite powerful if you have a red left. I think that's the point. You put a red on top. Is that what it says? Draw? Draw a card. Yeah, is that all right? You're putting a red on top, hoping to draw a blue so you can Kano ability into it and smack someone. Halfway through this second box. Chilling Ice Vein in this set? I think it is. I'm trying to remember what rarity it is. Pulse of Candlehold. That's right. There's the Cold Foil Pulses. I don't know if they're... So one of them's banned. I think they're like pretty sick cards to hit through though. That nearly looks like Illusionist or Wizard art when you think about it. Even though it's Elemental Ranger, it really doesn't, it's not how it feels when you look at it. I'm noticing how freaking good the lighting is in here, and it's because one of my lights is not in the room. I think that's the trick. I'll try and remember to only use one light. Everything's just so clear. Alright. Remember someone telling me about an Oldham build where you run yellows so you can pitch Earth Ice into your reaction? I haven't seen that. Either it's terrible or... That's a cool card. Foil lighted up. And look at the text on that. They had to like make the font tiny to fit it all. I think we've got like 3 packs left of this second box. Terror Sunder. Not a bad card. Freaking hate to see it, but discard. Like, I feel like that card is good enough if it's discard 1. Why is it a discard 2? I've never seen anyone play this card. I wonder why. Channel Lightning. Put a flow counter and destroy. Sure. Whenever you play an action card, you may, if you do, gains going. Is that because those decks already have a whole bunch of go again and that's just erroneous? Is that why? You've got to pay. I can see why it's not amazing. But I feel like if it was free, then it's busted. Because you can, yeah, I don't know. Someone with more game knowledge will have to explain that one to me. It's also a yellow, which feels bad. Yellows always feel bad, unless you're on Prism or Bolton. Ha! Hey, what would you say about Cold Foil Pulses? Last pack magic. They're so sick looking. Like, whether they're very playable or not, these are just gorgeous. Amazing hit. Let's put that in there. Alright, bulk. Then the next box. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we're 3 cold foils in, 2 boxes in. Only 3. I guess the pulse counts as a foil majestic, right? But alright. More foil Channel Lakes. We haven't hit a single non-foil one yet. It's all been well, we only hit 1 foil Channel Lake. Okay, double majestic case. I'm glad it's making up for the lack of spice in your Everfest case, Jalen. Congrats. It's sick that you hit 2 so far. Again, we literally have a full 2 boxes to go. That was like second pack. Or first pack, I can't even remember. Man, so far so good on this case. While we're hitting spice, remember you can buy these, flukeandbox.shop. If you buy them, I open them on the next stream. Should probably be in a few days now. Got a whole bunch of stock. I even picked up some Uprising if you miss having dragons in your life. If you missed the last stream, we opened an insane Arcane Rising case. It had 2 Command & Conquers, Art of War, and an Eye. Definitely EV positive. That particular... Alright, where are we? Blizzard. What else did we open? I think we opened a Marvel Soraya? Or Marvel Mechanoid. I can't remember which one. Soraya, I think, is much harder to hit, but I'm trying to remember if it was. No, it was the Mechanoid. Soraya's worth like double. And someone said it was $200. But anyway, great hit. I opened absolute garbage in my boxes. Oh, we opened a Monarch Unlim box or case, can't remember, but we hit a Vestige rainbow foil for someone. But yeah, all the boxes that are available are on the website. If it's missing something that you want, let me know. Oh, that's right, I did hit a Crucible Tunic in my Crucible Unlimited case. Really felt like opening that set and no one had bought any, so I just opened it for me, hit a Tunic, it's not bad. Alright, halfway through box 3. Crazy double legendary case, you definitely don't see that often in this set. Still hit more, still hit Altar Channels, still hit the Fable. It's not, nothing's off the cards. Second channel mount, I believe. I'm pretty sure they're good. I think Channel Lake is better, but mount is still one of the, I'm pretty sure it's a double-digit card. Also never seen a Flash Freeze played in my life. What does it even do? Ice and or lightning. Just dominate unless they pay 2. Takes you control this turn. If it hits, deal 3 damage. I feel like that's good. The lightning fuse. Yes, Chilling Ice Vein is in this set. Freaking hate that card. Like, why did it have to be for the rest of the turn? Doesn't feel fair. Crazy, we hit 4 cold foils, only one of them is a common. That's pretty, it's pretty good, Jalen. It's funny because I remember during the meta, like during when Aria came out, no one really played the amulets from this set, but now you see them. Oof. This is a nutty hit. I think this is probably quite valuable now because I keep playing into Azaleas on Talishar and they're all running that, and it's absolutely busted card. 0 cost for +3 and an on-hit effect. That's rainbow foil, so I wonder if it's, I think I just put stuff in the wrong pile. It shouldn't matter too much. Foil is there, that's why. Yeah, I wonder if Seek and Destroy. Also, it's like Azalea art. It's generic Ranger. Maybe that's a pretty solid hit these days. It didn't used to be. I remember when you'd see it prior, no one cared, but maybe that's changed. Alright, 3-ish packs. Majestic. Loft. Is that the one that's banned? I think it is. Is it banned in Blitz or also in CC? I can't remember. Memory says Blitz. I'm usually wrong with these things. Alright. Last box. I feel like we've done alright with this case. Double legendary. Not bad. Foil Channel Lake. Hopefully we see cold foil weapon, it'd be amazing. A Voltaire or a Winter's Whale. Another legendary Fable, obviously wouldn't complain. Altar Channel Lake would be an absolute god case. I think you'd nearly, I think the Altar Channel Lake is more than the Fable anyway, so Let's hope for that. I don't remember if it's in the Cold Force slot or not. I don't think it is. Also trying to remember if there's any other alt arts in the set. I don't think there are. Strength is Sequoia. Either way, good luck, Jalen. Again, thanks for the purchase. I don't make a ton of money on the purchases. Oaken Old Foil is not bad. I make like $5 to $10 a box, depending on how much I've got them for. It's really just, it helps with making content without having to fund it all myself. But for some of you, depending on where you are, the pricing ends up cheaper than what you can get online. That was the idea. Especially Aria and Everfest right now. Like, it's $90 Australian a box for this, so hitting the legendaries, like hitting anything, it just makes it easier to break even. Or if you need playsets and stuff, I'm willing to ship commons. I might charge you like $10 more to ship everything. Or if you're picking up from Sydney, then you don't need to worry. Stinger Sorcery Foil. But obviously, rares, majestics. If you're just trying to build, like you're a new player and want some cards to play with, or to flesh out your collection, then cheap boxes are a fun way to do it. A little bit of a gambling thrill. Entangle. So we have hit exactly 2 foil majestics per box so far. I was gonna say, is that another legendary? It's a cold foil deep blue. Again, very playable, it turns out. It's funny when you see these cards for the first time, you're like, you're only going to use that in draft, and then people are like, it turns out deep blue is actually quite good. I don't think many decks play it, but I know it's one of the better ways to play rock, if you really want to play rock. I think the real way to play rock, as maybe some people are starting to find out, is when you intimidate on Rhinar, you can intimidate yourself. And I believe that might be the design of that card, is you intimidate yourself so you can swing with rock for a stupid amount of damage, and then at the end of your turn, you get your card that you intimidated yourself, put it in Arsenal. I think that might be the intention behind it. I think we hit all the pulses. Volthaven. One of each pulse. That one I've seen Lexi play. It's a lot of damage. It's +4 for 0 at instant speed. It also fuses ice and lightning. That's crazy good. Hoping there's one more hit somewhere in here. 6-ish packs left. Flake out. Yeah, reminds me of some YouTuber I know. I think that was actually Flake's spoiler card too, wasn't it? Or was it? I don't actually remember that season. I barely knew anyone. Fulminate. Three packs left. Weave, explosive. Is this played? Is the red one played? I know the blue one is. I feel like maybe the red one is not. What is it? It's a 3 for 7 with no text on it. It's not the best, I guess. Rejuvenate. Alright, last pack. Good luck. feel like we might have broken even on this case. Oak and old and a mulch and no cold hold. Okay. Jalen, again, thanks for playing. I hope you are happy with what you got. I know the Everfest case is probably a little bit of a meh, but this, on the other hand, there's some really good cold foils for one case. I can't ask for more than that. I will ship this to you. Actually, your stuff's set for pickup. You're a local. I don't think I've met you, but please get in touch. And I'll hand you your stuff, which means also you're local, so you can pick up as many commons from your case as you want. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're still here, and catch you on the next one.